Okay, so I've been sent in this very cheeky question. I think it's cheeky because it is right angle trig, but it's got a lot of moving parts, this one. And we kind of have to be detectives and we have to play with it for a while. Now, I'm going to walk you through this. It might seem obvious once I show you where the hidden bits are, but rest assured, unless you've seen a question like this before, it can be very tricky to work out where those hidden bits are. Now, there are some obvious things, like the fact that if this line down here is parallel to this one up here, and this is a right angle, then this here must be a right angle. And if we've been given the 70 degrees there, then this must be 20 degrees in here. So that's one that we can work out, and it's fairly straightforward. I'm just going to rub that out so it's not in the way, and rewrite the 20 degrees in here. Now the next bit, there may be other ways to do this, but look, I think there's a lovely bit of geometry hiding in here. And the fact is that the shortest distance from any point to a line, and in this case, if we tried to hit this line over here from this point, the shortest distance would look something like this. And the shortest distance between a point and a line is always at right angles. Now, just with that one cheeky, not really prescribed, hidden bit of information, we now have a right angle triangle that we know a side and we know an angle. And we can find this side here, this one that we constructed. Now, constructing is something that we're going to have to get used to in this course because it's a new way of thinking. It's a way of thinking that says there's probably information here which I can add, which will help me. And it takes a while to get used to that. But anyway, let's just crack on and say this is then, I can find this by saying opposite over hypotenuse. So that would be sine from the 20 degrees is the opposite, which we made up, on the hypotenuse. I rearrange 22 sine 20 gives me n. Now I'm not even going to bother working that out. I'm going to leave that intact exactly as it is. It is 22 sine 20, which I know is some number. I don't even care what it is at the moment. I'm just going to leave it exactly as that. Because what I'm going to do is come down here and I'm going to say, well, I want to find the value of x, and that would be the opposite on the hypotenuse. I'm going to use the sine ratio again. So sine from x is opposite. Now we know n on 20. So what I'm going to do is replace n with everything n is worth. N is worth 22 sine 20. And it's being divided by 20. And I know this is just 22 times some number being divided by 20. Now I want to split up the sine x, so I get the x value of the missing angle by itself, and to do that I have to go sine to the negative 1, and 22 sine 20. Now if you're desperate for closure, I would invite you to put that into your calculator and find what that is worth. Okay, I hope that helped.